Hello, future teachers. How are you? I'm back, and in this video, we'll be talking about the introduction to the course. I have decided to have it pre-recorded so everybody will have access to this, especially those who cannot attend our virtual meeting or consultation. Okay, so the topics that I'll be discussing here are some introduction, just a very short introduction about myself as your instructor, the course information, the course content, some learning outcomes that we are aiming to achieve for this course. Then achieve assessment and evaluation, so how I'm going to compute your grades, and some course policies. Although I have already given you some policies, it's also clear on Moodle because I have also attached those there. But let's still discuss some of those and more in this video. So about me as your instructor, this is my name. I am Mrs. Corazon A. Padilla, a graduate of Bachelor of Elementary Education in VSU. The same year, in the same year of my graduation, I passed the licensure examination for teachers. And right after graduation, also I served as graduate teaching assistant at the Department of Science Education before, now as Department of Teacher Education, if I'm right. And after 2 years of working, I transferred to the labs as a faculty there, and eventually got the regular position and graduated Master of Education major in English in VSU. And now I am finishing Doctor of Philosophy in English major in TESOL at Silliman University. So this is just a very short introduction about myself. But if you want to know more, maybe we can talk about that during our virtual meeting. Now for the course information, here is our course code. I think you know this very well. English or EL 109. This is teaching and assessment of, it's stated there, of the grammar, but I just want to have it of grammar. Then I'm not so sure if there's a prerequisite of this because I'm not so familiar with the perspectives that you're following in the department. But this is taking 3 units, and this is good for 3 hours per week. So we're supposed to meet 3 hours, but we'll not be doing that because we're doing asynchronous learning, where I will just be sending you videos, and we'll just be having our setting meeting or consultation, virtual meeting from time to time, but not regularly. So this course will equip you, pre-service English teachers, okay, because you're still on your training to be teachers soon, with an understanding between and among the 4 types of grammar. So this is a bit technical because we'll talk about the technical side of English. Okay, we have the functional, descriptive, we have prescriptive, and pedagogic grammar. So aside from the emphasis on how teaching and assessment vary, considering the 4 types, the course also provides an avenue to carry out analysis on the role of grammar in achieving communicative competence. So specifically, we have here, we are also into the competencies, or building competence among you. So we'll have, there will be some inputs, and also on the pedagogic aspect, so how are you going to teach it? Of course, you cannot teach what you don't have, so make sure that you are also knowledgeable enough in terms of grammar so you can teach that to your students, and you also know how to assess grammar. So for the course content, first, of course, we'll have the VMGO. It's very important that you know the thrust of the university where you are in. You can also, it's also good that you know what the university is up to with its vision, mission, goals, and objective, the core values that the university is upholding, and quality policy statement of the Visayas State University. And then, okay, that's why we are having this one for the content, policies, and grading system. So what is the content of this course? So first, you will learn about the key terms and concepts in managing and implementing standards-based grammar teaching. So we'll first look into language teaching and zoom in to grammar teaching. So we have grammaring, grammaticalizing, error correction versus feedback, what's the difference and the benefit and the drawbacks of each, spoken versus written grammar, grammatical assessment, and pedagogical issues. So these are a bit technical. So here in this module, we'll discuss the fundamental terms and concepts associated with the teaching and assessing of grammar, as well as some implications of your knowledge and concepts in teaching and learning process. In Module 2, we'll talk about the issues of grammar teaching and assessment. So there are quite a lot here, so it's until 2.7. So why should we teach grammar? Why don't we just acquire the language and then as long as we can communicate, that's it? There's actually an argument, so we will also learn more about that here. Pedagogical issues, sequencing, choice of methods, patterns or reasons, not rules. Then we have from structuralism to transformational generative grammar. Okay, this is also a bit technical, and fossilization. Okay, what is this? So we'll learn more about that here. So in this module, you will justify the occurrence of the issues identified in teaching and assessing grammar. So that's everything revolving the teaching and assessment of grammar, and the do's, the relevance, and implications of understanding issues in grammar teaching. So how are we going to address those issues? It's also quite interesting if we try to conduct a research about this, right? With Filipino learners. All right. Next, we have Module 3. So in this module, we'll talk about the methods of teaching grammar. So this is quite madugo because we'll deal with diagramming sentences. So this is kote-kote, himay-himay, with different units, grammar units, learning through writing, inductive teaching, deductive teaching, interactive teaching, functional notional approach, situational context, so using text, stories, songs, and rhymes in the PPP. So all of these are the methods in teaching grammar. So here, at the end of this module, you will be able to design a grammar teaching portfolio that contain the important elements and sample assessment tasks. Okay, and then also design lessons based on the competencies given. And also be able to conduct a demo lecture on the assigned method of teaching grammar. So this is really given, especially that you are educational students and teachers to be. Okay, so I've also been on your shoes before, although I'm not an English major student or BS Ed English. I am assuming that you're all BS Ed English because you're taking this course, but we also have gone through all those demo teaching activities. Now for Module 4, we'll talk about the rules for teaching grammar. So we'll have the different ways and how really can we teach grammar without terrifying our students a lot. Because tendency is, if we're focusing on the prescribed and the we are very technical in teaching, so our students will get anxious in producing or in communicating already because they're focusing much if their sentence is grammatically correct, right? So we have here the rule of context, the rule of use, the rule of economy, the rule of irrelevance, the rule of nurture, and the rule of appropriacy. So at the end of this lesson or module, you will be able to construct narratives or situationers that present the different rules in teaching grammar. We'll have Module 5, Assessing Grammar Effectively. So there are quite a lot here. There are 10 lessons here. So assessing grammar effectively, how do we properly and effectively assess grammar? Okay, ways to address grammar in the writing classroom, ways to assess grammar skill, methods of marking grammatical errors, grammar resources, three-dimensional grammar framework, innovations in grammar assessment, redefining the construct, partial scoring, social dimension, and the standard. So at the end of this module, you will be able to create a compendium of assessment tasks, so both formative and summative. Um, this is quite tedious, but I hope you will be able to do this one. Okay, this is like a collection, a portfolio of tasks, formative and summative. And then we'll have suggested, or these are some references. I'll just be giving this through Moodle, so I can just upload this. There are relevant and really helpful sites and PDF or ebooks that you can use here. So especially that we will be doing reporting. So I really want to see you presenting how you deliver the topic, because as a teacher, I've also been in your shoes before. We really need these venues, these kinds of activities, so we can enhance our presentation skills, our teaching skills. So it will not be surprising anymore when the time comes that you have to present a demonstration. So it's already like CCO. Okay. Next, we have course learning outcomes. Next, for the course assessment and evaluation, how will I be computing your grade for ELNG 109? I am adopting 50-50, so 50% from midterm and 50% from 50% will be for the midterm and 50% for the final term, and that will make up your overall final grade. So how will I compute that? Of course, we'll have your learning tasks, assessment tasks. The midterm exam will have that, and your final output. This is in the form of a demonstration teaching. Okay, and then this is the breakdown. And for my passing score, it is since you are teachers to be, and we are maintaining quality. Okay, and we are we are raising the bar high for our future teachers. So I am setting 60%. Okay, not 70. Okay, because the regular ones are 50, so I am increasing it to 60% as a passing score for teachers to be education students. All right. Now for the course policies, I think I already have given some of these and informed you, because we'll have our official email account. That's why I have sent to you the official email address where you will send all your outputs, right? So no output will be considered if submitted in other platforms. So if you will submit on Moodle, or submit to Moodle or Messenger group chat, or you try to send it as a private message to me on Facebook, I'm so sorry, but I cannot accept that, because when I'm using my phone, usually that's when I access Messenger. So I don't bring my class record with me, so I don't also have time to look for outputs everywhere. So whenever I will be checking in the computing your grade, I'm sitting down and I'll just open our official email account, and whatever is there, that will be considered as your requirements or outputs for grading or for the computation of your grades and nothing else. So please, everything should be submitted to our official email address. And then we have official virtual meeting consultation will be done or set every now and then, but not regularly. This is because not everybody will be able to attend, and it's also a bit, there are also some who have some reasons financially and also with their location geographically they cannot attend. So I am considering those students. So that's why I am having everything on record or on a video, so you can just view my discussions during your like in your most convenient time and place. Okay, and if in case we'll be setting a meeting or virtual meeting, I hope you will also be able to inform me in advance. So that would be noted. And then all learning materials, like the learning guides, audiovisual materials, and the links are uploaded to Moodle and as well as our Messenger group chat for everybody's access. And your outputs or submissions should be submitted to our official email address. So you can access the materials there and then submit your outputs to our official Gmail address. Also, a copy of the syllabus can be downloaded from Moodle. With regard to this, I am still finishing and finalizing the syllabus that we will be using in this course, unlike my other subjects, because we have been teaching those for how many semesters already, so we have already established the syllabus or the syllabi as well as the learning modules. But for this, since this subject has just been assigned to me now, so I am still crafting the syllabus as well as the learning guide, so I hope you can wait for that. But for the topics and the flow of the discussion for this course, basically those are what I already have discussed earlier. And then I hope you can follow deadlines set for every task given. Late submissions are still accepted, but I would be happier if you would be able to send or submit your outputs on time. So I'll also be having enough time to check your works. And then download and use the official format or template for your submissions or outputs. So please follow the official template or format that I have uploaded to Moodle, and please download that because that would be helpful, especially for me when I'm already checking, because I need to know what specific learning task or assessment task am I checking, and I don't need to go back to the list anymore. Okay, so please follow, and it would also be better if you will be submitting outputs in PDF format. Okay, PDF file, please, because should there be designs or what you call that, like when you are trying to have shapes and try to insert, boxes. So there is a tendency that those arrangements will be mixed up when you're submitting it in a Word file. So if it's in PDF form, it will never be changed. So it will be exactly as how you have submitted it. So it's safer. And then all other instructions will be discussed during our virtual meeting or consultation. So once we are setting a virtual meeting, please make use of the time that you're with me. Ask questions. I am very open to your questions. I will be answering them because we will not be having our virtual meeting regularly. It's just from time to time once there's a need also. And if I also need to give you further instructions, just like what we will be having this week. So I will be assigning you to specific topics that will be discussed more or further during our meeting. And then please keep your lines always open. So I will be communicating with all of you from time to time. So please just be on standby. All right, now for your assignment. Here, this one is our first exercise. This is graded. I just want to get to know more of you. So I know you are all creative. So by any means, I want you to make or submit a creative self-introduction. It could be in a form of a video. It could be in a form of a song, a TikTok, a poster, a digital art, sketch, painting, song, dance, rap, spoken word poetry, anything that you can think of, as long as you're comfortable and you know very well what you're doing. Just make sure to include the following. So for your creative self-introduction, it should be impactful. It should have a meaningful purpose, of course, that is to introduce yourself and include your name. Make sure to include your course and your expected job in the future. I think most of you are expected to be teachers, but if there are some who are expecting another thing, then please include that. Location, hobbies, areas of interest, activities you're involved in, aims or objective of life. So if you haven't thought of this yet, maybe you can do some reflections now. What really is your aim in life? Like, what do you want to achieve in 20 years' time or in 30 years' time? So what do you really want? What is your life for? Like, what is the purpose of your life? And what are those goals that you want to set in front of you for you to achieve? And then, of course, what are your achievements? Favorite or ideal persons? Who are those people that you look up to? Your favorite things, your favorite color, favorite movies, strengths and weaknesses, your likes and dislikes, any life-changing point. This could be anything that made you a changed person, made you more mature, or something that made you realize something. And then describe also, show or illustrate how those different life experiences molded you and your personality now. Okay? So this is just a very simple exercise, I guess, but I think it requires effort. So I'll be giving you due score if I can see the effort in your output. All right. So I think that's it for this video. I will be seeing you during our virtual meeting or consultation. So if you have some questions, kindly reserve them. And these are some of my information or contact information. I think you know this already. So you can just reach me through these. All right. So I'll see you and God bless. Take care, everyone.